Hey, welcome back to the Daily Uplift Official, where encouragement is something you can count on. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe, turn on the notifications, and become part of a community that's committed to growth, healing, wisdom, and living life with a purpose. Today, we're talking about something that sounds simple, but has become increasingly rare in today's world. The title of this video is The Art of Making Up Your Own Mind. We live in a time where opinions are everywhere. Social media tells us what to think, news outlets tell us what to think, friends tell us what to think, family tells us what to think, influencers tell us what to think, experts tell us what to think. And somewhere in all that noise, many people have lost the ability to think for themselves. They've forgotten how to pause, reflect, evaluate, and come to their own conclusion. The truth is, one of the most powerful skills you can develop is the ability to make up your own mind. Not because you're stubborn, not because you know everything, but because your life requires your participation. Today, we're going to explore why independent thinkers matter, why so many people struggle with them, and how you can reclaim the confidence to think for yourself. Let's begin. Have you ever noticed that confusion seems to be everywhere? Every issue has 1,000 opinions. Every decision has conflicting advice. Every path seems to have critics. The reality is that many people benefit when you don't trust yourself. If you consistently doubt yourself, you consistently seek someone else to lead you. You'll buy what they're selling. You'll follow where they're going. You'll depend on their approval. But a person who can think clearly and independently becomes difficult to manipulate. That's why developing your own judgment is so empowered or so important. Clarity is power. And power begins when you stop outsourcing your own thinking. You were born with a mind for a reason. God didn't give you a mind just so that you could borrow everyone else's. You were given the ability to reason, evaluate, and discern. Yet many people spend their entire lives letting others think for them. They become dependent on experts for every answer, dependent on friends for every decision, dependent on public opinion for every belief. There's nothing wrong with learning from others, but there's something wrong with never learning to trust your own judgment. Growth requires participation. Wisdom requires reflection. Maturity requires personal responsibility. And personal responsibility begins when you stop expecting others to think on your behalf. One reason many people struggle to make up their own minds is fear. They're afraid of being wrong. They think if they choose incorrectly, it'll prove that they were not smart enough. So they avoid making decisions altogether. Instead, they wait and wait and wait and wait. What are they doing? Waiting and seeking more opinions, more advice, more reassurance. The problem is that the problem is that certainly rarely comes before action. Sometimes clarity arrives after the decision. Sometimes confidence develops because you move forward, not before. Nobody gets everything right. Every successful person has made mistakes. Every wise person has been wrong. The goal isn't perfection, the goal is growth. One of the biggest mistakes people make is assuming that if enough people believe something, it must be true. History proves otherwise. At various points in history, entire societies believed things that were completely wrong. Popularity does not create truth. Consensus does not guarantee wisdom. Sometimes the crowd is right, and sometimes the crowd is wrong. That's why critical thinking matters. You have to learn how to evaluate ideas based on evidence, principles, and values, not simply because they're popular. The strongest minds are not controlled by trends, they're guided by growth. Many people are uncomfortable being alone with their thoughts. The moment silence appears, they reach for their phone. The moment uncertainty arises, they ask someone else what they should think. But self awareness grows in quiet places. Some of the most important answers in your life won't come from social media. They won't come from a comment section. They won't come from a stranger online. They'll come from the moments of honest reflection. Sometimes you need to sit quietly and ask yourself, what do I really believe? What do I really want? What matters most to me? What kind of a person do I want to become? These questions require honesty, and honesty requires silence. Most people think making a wrong decision is failure. It's not. Every decision teaches you something, every experience provides information, every outcome develops wisdom, every mistake or even mistakes can become teachers. Some of the lessons that shape your life came from decisions that didn't work out. You've learned what matters. You've even learned what doesn't. You learned who you are. You learn what you're capable of. The goal isn't avoiding mistakes. The goal is learning from them. People who trust themselves understand that growth often comes through experience. One of the greatest freedoms in life is realizing that not everyone has to agree with you. Read that again, or let me say that again. One of the greatest freedoms in life is realizing that not everyone has to agree with you. Not everyone has to agree with you. Some people won't understand your choices. Some people won't support your vision. Some people won't see what you see. That's okay. Agreement is not a requirement for confidence. You can respect people without surrendering your convictions. You can appreciate opinions without adopting them. You can listen without obeying. Mature people understand the difference. Imagine trying to navigate a ship without a compass. You'll drift wherever the currents carry you. Many people live that way emotionally. Every opinion changes their direction. Every criticism shakes their confidence. Every trend alters their belief. What they need is an inner compass, a set of principles that guides decisions. Values that remain steady regardless of circumstances. When your values are clear, decisions become easier because you're no longer asking, what will people think? You're asking, does this align with who I want to be? That's a powerful shift. Being open minded is a strength, being easily influenced is a weakness. Open minded people consider information, they evaluate ideas fairly, they remain willing to learn, but they don't abandon their beliefs every time someone presents a different opinion. They examine, they reflect, they decide. There's a difference between learning and being led. You can be teachable without becoming gullible. You can remain curious without becoming directionless. As you grow, you'll notice something important. Your confidence won't come from always being right. It'll come from knowing you can handle whatever happens. That's where real confidence lives, not in certainty, not in resilience. I'm sorry, not in certainty, but in resilience. Trust the person you're becoming. Trust your ability to learn. Trust your ability to adapt. Trust your ability to recover. Trust your ability to grow. When you know you can learn from whatever happens, directions become less intimidating. You'll stop fearing every wrong turn. You'll start embracing the journey. At the end of the day, nobody can live your life for you. Nobody can make every decision. Nobody can carry every responsibility for you. Eventually, your voice must enter the conversation. Your judgment matters. Your values matter. Your perspective matters. Your experience matters. And your future deserves your participation. Don't spend your life waiting for someone else to tell you who you are, what you should believe, or where you should go. Think, reflect, pray, learn. Then make your decision and move forward. The art of making up your own mind isn't about rejecting wisdom. It's about developing wisdom. It's about becoming the kind of person who can listen, learn, evaluate, and then decide. It's about trusting yourself enough to participate in your own life. The world will always offer opinions. People will always have advice. The noise will never completely disappear, but you'll develop clarity, conviction, and confidence. You stop being controlled by every voice around you, and you'll begin living according to what truly matters. If this video encouraged you, let me know in the comments. What's one area of your life where you need to trust your own judgments more? Found value in today's message? Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share with someone who needs this encouragement. Thank you for spending. Remember, your voice matters, your perspective matters, and your life deserves decisions that come from wisdom, not pressure. Until next time, keep growing, keep believing, and keep becoming the person you were created to be. This is the Daily Up Life Official, where encouragement is something you can count on.